transform us from being an AI forward business to an AI first business. My name is Patrick Gilbert. I am the CEO of Adventure Media, a digital marketing agency based in New York. In 2020, I published a book on AI solutions called Join or Die: Digital Advertising in the Age of Automation. The point of this book was to yell at the marketing community to embrace AI, or otherwise they'd be completely replaced. Over the last couple months, I've made it my priority to transform us from being an AI forward business to an AI first business. And I'm going to explain what I mean by that. And I think it's important to talk about because this concept of AI is very complex and it's very intimidating. The moment you start to say, I want to learn more about it, I want to get my feet wet, I want to start experimenting, a lot of the content out there makes it seem as if you're not completely diving in and making it your full job, then you're going to be left behind. That's not my message, because I actually think that you can walk before you run and you can embrace this at your own pace. And what I've seen at our company, even though we have been AI forward, there are still plenty of people that have been hesitant or reluctant or couldn't find the time, or maybe just a little bit slower to adapt some of these new tools and technologies. And so we've put a lot of emphasis in figuring out how can we actually bring everybody along? How can we listen to the feedback from all sides and create shared knowledge about this technology so that collectively we can embrace this as an entire culture? So I want to share some ideas about how we think about AI internally at Adventure. The first thing we need to recognize is that AI is hitting our businesses in multiple ways. There are the internal implications, which generally comes in the form of operational efficiencies. And then there are the external implications, which might impact the way that we go about delivering products or services, or what is happening in the market and the competition. And so I love a good SWOT analysis to be able to understand the different dynamics at play, both internally and externally. So we're going to look at internal strengths. AI can be viewed as an operational tool. AI can be used to automate a lot of your internal operations and gain efficiencies, make you more productive. If you think about a lot of the things that you end up doing as a business aren't directly providing a lot of value to your customers or clients. So we're a marketing services firm, we're an agency, right? But our team spends a lot of time on reporting, email communication, creating slide decks, and other things that aren't directly really helping any of our clients drive more profit from their campaigns. So if we can automate things like certain templated emails or access requests or slide decks or reporting, that will free up minutes at the beginning, but as you further invest in these kinds of tools, you're gaining hours, days, weeks back. Every additional minute or hour that our team can spend actually digging into the actual campaigns, I think that's a net win for us, it's a net win for our clients. Now the benefit here is that we can theoretically do more with less, right? It's more output with the same amount of time. And that's a net gain that AI can provide for any business in any industry, right? Regardless if you're a marketing firm or if you're an accounting firm or if you produce goods on a factory assembly line, you could think about how to leverage AI to streamline your internal operations. Now, the key thing here though is that these kinds of things, automating a slide deck, that doesn't directly impact my clients. It doesn't directly impact our customers in any sort of way, but it allows us to do more with less. And that's an important internal operational win. On the weakness side, it's what happens if we don't do that, but our competitors do. So theoretically, if all of my competitors started to streamline their communication, reporting, and all these other things that we're looking at operationally, that leaves us at a competitive disadvantage. Operational efficiencies put downward pressure on pricing. So either we're going to lose clients by being undercut, our close rates are going to go down, or we're going to have to keep up with the pricing, but our margins are going to take a hit. So if we want to remain competitive and profitable, knowing that the competitive landscape is going to embrace this technology and be able to do more with less, we need to embrace AI so that we can protect our margins. These strengths and weaknesses here, when I'm talking about automations and productivity, using ChatGPT to make you a more effective communicator by email, all these things, a huge win in any business, regardless of what industry you're in, you can benefit from them. The point is this: when it comes to operational efficiencies, AI can help you become more profitable in the short term and allows you to be competitive in the long term. Now let's switch gears and think externally what AI can do for our businesses. We're going to start by talking about threats. AI is disrupting every industry, some more than others. I think it's important to understand the extent to which AI will meaningfully come for your job within the next 3 to 5 years. The funny thing is that people often think of me as one of the most pro AI guys on the planet, but at the same time, I know very few people who are at such a risk at being completely replaced and become irrelevant than someone in my position in the marketing services space. It's not just that better technology is coming and being put in the hands of a lot of our competitors, but the platforms that we use to manage campaigns for our clients are becoming more and more automated every single day. So if we don't fully lean into this, there's no stopping it. We're going to be completely replaced. And so I'm not necessarily worried about this because I'm in an industry that has already faced many disruptions. The job I was hired to do 10 years ago does not exist anymore. The job title still exists and agencies are still relevant, and I think that's going to remain the case. However, the things that I spent doing all day, every day, 10 years ago, even 5 years ago, they just don't exist. Like those tools and levers and solutions aren't even available on those platforms. The industry has moved on to other things, and that'll continue to happen. So if you don't embrace this technology, you're going to be completely left behind. So there are certain industries that I think are going to be completely turned up on their head. Marketing services is one of them. Graphic design is another. Web development or software. If you're a developer and engineer in any sort of capacity, that is completely being transformed. And yes, it's going to look very different. I don't think the demand for any of these specialties and disciplines are going away. It's just going to look very different. So if you don't lean in, you are absolutely going to be replaced by somebody that is. And look, all businesses face threats. I consider ourselves to be in a lucky position that we are essentially in control of our own destiny. Now let's talk about opportunities. AI won't just allow us to unlock efficiencies and be more productive. It can be used in ways that can directly benefit our customers and our clients. And we're already doing this today. So what we can do with AI today by enhancing our clients' customer data to derive insights from it that they wouldn't have been able to unlock otherwise. That's an enhancement. That's a massive advantage that makes us more valuable. AI can also be used to streamline tests and analyses that typically have not been accessible to small and medium-sized firms. Creative side, AI is allowing us to scale creatives, whether it be graphic design, video, motion graphics, animation. It's not just that we're using AI to produce the creative that's being used in our client campaigns, it's also making the overall process easier, right? Because even if you have a traditional animator making a 15-second video for a meta ad, you might still leverage AI as part of that storyboarding process or the editing process. So the timeline to be able to produce creatives has been significantly shortened. And again, those are just two examples of how we can leverage AI to produce better actual results for our clients. But the point is, while there is this massive threat sitting next to us about us potentially being replaced, if you truly lean in and learn how to work with this technology and you become much more comfortable with it, you will quickly realize all the different ways in which you can leverage this technology to be more valuable to the people you serve. We're going to end it there for now. We've learned a lot in this journey so far. I'm excited to share all of it. So stay tuned for more. And I appreciate you being with us for the ride. Thank you.